For as long as I could ever remember, my father having served in Vietnam in the Navy, and since I was an early child, teenager, my father had taught me how to be a soldier, how to be someone, to be patriotic, to be a patriotic American, to be someone concerned for the benefit and the well-being of our modern society, of our humanity. My father had always taught me of American values, American culture, to breathe in the air of American culture, of patriotism, of our constitutional rights, our freedoms, and everything else that lies in between, and everything that the majority of us as human beings we take for granted. We have little to non-existence of appreciation towards life in itself. We have no existence of emotional being of the world around us. Everything that is sacred around us is taken with a grain of salt. Everything around us is taken with such small little care or attention, and as human beings we have to be ones to uphold our sacred planet, to be ones to look out for our communities, to help better ourselves and our society around us. And it's a rather difficult position to be someone who believes in a constitution, who is all about American culture, our freedoms, and everything that has to revolve around the entirety as a collective among not only the human species, but the United States culture in general. Now, being a conspiracy theorist, being someone who is passionate and very much concerned for social injustices, very much concerned for the corruptions of the world, of everything that, as a misanthropic, ourselves as human beings, we have inevitably and ultimately, we have done this to ourselves. There's no one else to blame, no one else to pinpoint our other people in the world as a scapegoat for. We have ourselves to blame. We have corrupted the world as we know it. We have destroyed everything when we had made in contact with the world. As unfortunate as that sounds, we have destroyed everything around us, or at least a majority of. And it's a rather complicated balance and position to be at. While yes, I'm very much proud to be an American, proud to be an American patriot, proud to be submerged deep within the American culture. I bleed red, white, and blue. I'm very much a soldier. And to be someone to dabble deeper into the metaphysical mysteries of the black and white arts, I don't just incorporate the white magic or black magic. I actually incorporate what they call a gray. So basically a balance of both. Everything that is alive through me is a representation of a balance. Everything that I believe in has always been a balance. And for me, that's how I see the world, so much more of a clearer perspective. That's how I'm able to harness, to gravitate, to bend the will of the universe and of myself. The infernal Shamanfarash, the internal black flame within myself. I open those particular gateways, and I find myself to travel throughout the gateways within myself even more openly. And with such versatility, I'm able to truly catapult, to see the world for what it is, how jaded it is. And not only just to see how corrupt the world is, of everything in which human beings had touched, but it had allowed me to travel deeper within myself. And this is an infernal power and wisdom that so many people do not quite understand. They don't understand what it is, the blessings of being alive. They have little to no understanding of how to bend yourself to the will of the universe, to not only harvest and gain prosperity and abundance, riches and glory, materialism, material wealth, but good health, balance, good karma. In 2020, this year has been an eye-opening experience for so many people. There are so many people this year alone, the laws of nature, the laws of the universe, and everything that this year alone, it has been opening people's minds and eyes to such an extent, so much more than ever before. It has ultimately awakened people's minds, because this is the inevitable that we are conflicting. This is what we are facing through. Of all these obstacles, of all these trials and tribulations, of obstacles and challenges, of ups and downs, of both positive and negative, is only a reflection of what we had done, not only to ourselves, but prophecy. This is what has been written in stone. And yes, while it is true, your future is what you create and make of it. You create and manifest your own future, your own past, your own present. And it's unfortunate to me, because within the metaphysical community, you find that there are so many pagans and witches or what have you, who are very much, and I hate these people with a passion, but liberals. It's one thing, I never spoken about entitled people, Karens, liberals, or communists before until now, until as of late. Because these are the fundamentals of radical, extreme idealism that people are trying so desperately hard to destroy this country, destroy and corrupt the entirety of the world as a collective. And it just doesn't stop here in this country, but all throughout the world. And it strikes an issue at a forefront and a core of my own heart, my own still beating heart, because I'm part of a culture. United States, American culture is supposed to be a fundamental ideal of freedom of belief. You're safeguarded by the United States Constitution. You are protected by the First Amendment of your freedom of speech. And a lot in which actually the creators of the Constitution were, as a matter of fact, believe it or not, Freemasons. And a lot of people have so much negative stereotype misconceptions about Freemasonry being a secret society. They're actually the ones responsible for a lot of our freedoms and the shape of the creation of our culture and our society as we see it today. But, I had to create this video because, yes, this shocks so many people. Yes, indeed, I am very much a veteran witch practitioner. I've been dabbling into the metaphysical and to the occult for as long as I can remember, for almost 10 plus years. To have changed myself would be the last thing to ever happen to me. And for those who are rather skeptics, who say that there are no such thing or existence of spirits, well, they are absolutely wrong. They have been fed lies and misconceptions, and they're blinded by their own ignorance. The ignorance to not being able to perceive or question everything around them, to being able to articulate your thoughts to where you're able to question everything around you. To think that there are things out there that exist, and just because you are not able to see it does not mean it does not exist. It's just like God or our divine creator. And there's so much endless, profound beauty to be found in this universe. There's so much to be enjoyed and cultivated in this world. And honestly, as a Palladian Starseed, I've actually been on the forefront of those brothers and sisters like myself, who are the humanoid beings who have been receiving a lot of, and yes, because majority of us are indeed empathic, we have been just like soap to a sponge, or honey attracted to, a honeybee attracted to honey. We have been soaking in a lot of the negative as well as the positive collection of energies that's concentrated all throughout the world. And because of this, I've been a bit on edge. Thus, I had to take a break away from YouTube for almost a month now. And I've been so angry. I've been so annoyed with politics. I've been so annoyed with and aggravated with so many different things of the world. I'm so annoyed of the fact that there are so many ignorant, entitled-minded people. I'm not going to get too deep or unravel the political field, but there are people who are trying to destroy the world rather than to observe themselves and their philosophy and ideals and ideologies and beliefs. Instead of to destroy the world, why not to help change the world? Why not be to be a part of that contribution of change, the positive changes towards the world? And there are unfortunately so many ignorant-minded, oblivious-minded people in the society of today's modern world that it's unreal. And I've talked about it time and time again, but then again, who am I, right? There's so many people who blatantly ignore me, people who, choose to vilify you, choose to not conduct their own research, or thus, like I said earlier in this video, to question everything around them, And there are so many people who are leading themselves down a downward spiral of their own demise. They are thus corrupting themselves, and to me it's unfortunate. The liberals are the people that are, personally, to me, through my eyes, and the eyes of millions and millions and so many of other people, are the ones who are destroying the world. And it shocks so many people that, when I tell people that I am both an occultist, a witch practitioner, dabbling with archangels, angels, and demons, deities of all kinds, that I serve, that I worship, that I share a oneness and a relationship with, and those that I embody and encompass into my life, that I encompass, that course through my veins. And then there are, these people are also surprised that when you tell them that you are an American patriot, constitutionalist, I love my guns, and I love the idea of American culture in itself is the American dream. There's so many people who are ungrateful to be here. There's so many people who hate America. There's so many people who just hate everything. I mean, it doesn't matter what it is, they just hate everything. And I am not one of those people. I might have a negative condensation about myself, or my approach, or my demeanor, but it's like I've always said, I've always represented and embodied a balance. A balance is what I am. A balance is what I will forever will be. And nothing in the world will ever change that. Nothing in the world will ever change or alter who I am, because this balance is here to stay. This balance is everything that I channel, I work so hard for all throughout my life. But these socialist views, these people that are just ultimately trying to run our entire culture down and our society down into the ground, beyond repair, as if we are as a civilization, we are actually reverting backwards in time. And I'm not about that life. I am not about people that want to deliberately, intentionally do that without repercussions, without remorse, without hesitation, without thinking about it. And these are the people that lack common sense, thus I call them the sheeple, I call them zombies. And zombies are, in matter of fact, very much real. And the zombie apocalypse is here. It has been here. It's been here this entire time, and it's actually expanding. It's getting worse by the days. This planet is in for a rude awakening, unless if we are able to come together, and everything is happening for a reason. I'm spending time with nature out here, and it's absolutely beautiful out here. There's one other YouTuber that shares the same identical philosophy as I do. And you know, I've had this state of mind, I've had this belief since I was a teenager. You know, my eyes were opened to me when I was a young child, and I mean, the darkness, the evil of human nature. And we need to wake up. We need to unplug the matrix. We need to swallow the blue pill. Whatever we have to do to awaken ourselves. You know, I don't know. There's just so many people that are living paycheck to paycheck. There's so many people that are not a positive contribution to today's American society. And these are the people that are absolutely disgusting to me. These are the people that have no interest to better themselves or the world around them. And truth hurts. The reality hurts. So thank you everyone so much. Thank you everyone so much for watching. Please subscribe, like, share, comment. And yes, I'm spending time among the beautiful fall season out here. I get to watch all the leaves falling around me. It's absolutely incredible.